Hey everyone, and welcome to another Disneyland Hotel Diary. Today, we're taking a look at a place that's a little bit different from your standard motel room, the Embassy Suites by Hilton Anaheim North.
So yeah, we are diving deep into the Embassy Suites by Hilton Anaheim North. This place is pretty well known for its impressive amenities and all that family-friendly space. It really promises more than just, a bed to sleep in. But does it actually deliver on that promise? Well, that's what we're here to find out.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to cover the location, how you actually get to and from the parks. Then, we'll dig into the rooms and those famous perks that everyone's always talking about. After that, we'll get into the real stuff, weighing the pros and cons from actual guest reviews. And then at the end, we'll give you the final verdict to help you figure out if this hotel is the right fit for your trip.
Okay, first things first, location. I mean, let's be real, this can totally make or break a Disneyland trip. So how does this hotel stack up? Because, convenience is everything after a long day in the parks. Am I right?
So the very first thing you need to know is, no, you're not walking to the parks from here. It's just not that close. But, and this is a big but, it has a direct line to the magic. The ART bus, that's the Anaheim Resort Transportation System, it stops right at the hotel entrance. So it's a trade-off, right? You got a short bus ride in exchange for what the hotel offers inside.
All right, so now let's get into the good stuff. What really makes this hotel different? This is where the Embassy Suites really tries to stand out from the rest of the pack with all its built-in value. Okay, the main value here really comes down to what I like to call the big three. First up, a free cook-to-order breakfast. And I mean, we're talking real omelets here, not just a sad continental muffin. Second, you get a free evening reception with drinks and snacks, which, let's be honest, is absolutely huge after a long day at the park. And third, and this is a big one, every single room is a suite. That gives your family that super important space to spread out and not be on top of each other.
And it doesn't stop with those big perks. Families also seem to love the on-site extras. You've got an indoor pool, which is awesome for any kind of weather, plus a dedicated game room, Mr. Pixel, to keep the kids busy during that precious downtime. So, okay, that's the official story, what the hotel tells you. But what are people actually experiencing when they stay there? We went and dug through hundreds of reviews to find out what the consistent high points are and, of course, the common complaints. Looking at the numbers, the overall score is a 3.7 out of 5. So, pretty decent. But the ratings show a really interesting mix. Guests seem to love the location, giving it a solid 4.0. That's probably because of that super easy bus access we talked about. But then you see cleanliness is a bit lower, down at a 3.4. And that, well, that suggests there might be some inconsistencies from room to room. Beyond just the amenities and the building itself, there's a human element that really seems to stand out here. A huge perk we saw highlighted over and over again in the reviews is the staff, people saying how friendly and helpful they are. We saw specific shout-outs to team members like Aria and the manager John, which just goes to show that the service can be a real high point of your stay. And that brings us to one of the hotel's, let's call them quirks. Because while that big, grand atrium lobby looks absolutely stunning, a lot of guests pointed out that the rooms themselves are pretty dated. They show some clear signs of wear and tear, like the stained and worn-out carpets you can see in this photo from a guest. It's kind of like a tale of two different hotels all in one building. And then sometimes the reviews mention, well, some really unique quirks. For example, this one guest absolutely loved their view of a working scrap metal yard, complete with all the awesome cat equipment. But hey, they also praised the rooms for being surprisingly soundproof, which I guess is a definite plus no matter what you're looking at outside your window.
Hey, real quick, if you're getting some good value out of this deep dive, would you mind taking just a second to subscribe and like the video? It really does help us keep making more of these for you.
Okay, so after weighing the good, the bad, and yeah, the view of the scrapyard, let's bring it all together. It's time to figure out if this hotel is actually the right choice for your family's big vacation. Honestly, it all just comes down to your personal priorities. So here's the deal. You should probably book this hotel if you really value those big amenities, like the free breakfast and drinks, if you absolutely need the extra space that comes with a suite, and if you really don't mind that short bus ride. On the other hand, you might want to skip it if being within walking distance is a must-have, if you're expecting brand new, modern rooms, or if those mixed reviews on cleanliness are a total deal-breaker for you. Now, if you do decide to stay here, here are a few pro tips to make your visit even better. 1. Plan around those perks. Use that free breakfast and evening reception to save a ton of money on food. 2. Ask about parking when you book. Some reviews mentioned it being an issue, so it's better to know what you're getting into. And 3, request your view. I mean, whether you want to face the hills or, the awesome cat equipment, it definitely doesn't hurt to ask. So in the end, it really all boils down to that one big question, doesn't it? It's all about the trade-off. For your family's trip, is trading that short bus ride for a super spacious suite and a free hot breakfast, is that the right move? That's really something only you can decide for your perfect Disneyland vacation. Thanks so much for hanging out with us for this deep dive into the Embassy Suites Anaheim North. We really hope this helped you get a much clearer picture of what to expect. We'll see you on the next one.